Hey, what's going on? This is Matt Bowman is Bothered, and you guessed it, I'm Matt Bowman. What's going on with you? Man, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm feeling weird. Maybe it's because it's been super dreary or fucking, I don't know, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a plan for this episode. I've been kind of bad about doing or planning out stuff. Normally I used to record episodes on Saturdays, and then I would have like several days to like record them and blah, blah, blah. 37 seconds in, already coughing. Check. Gonna be a hot show. But yeah, I think it's just been like I've been really busy. Okay, full disclosure, whenever I record this, I have to put my cats in the other room because I'm scared they're going to come over here and knock the camera down. And they're in the bedroom, and I just heard kaboom, kaboom, bomb. And that's never good. So one of the cats could be dead. I don't know. But I'm not going to stop this and find out. I'm going to figure it out later. Oops. But yeah, I don't know. This has been weird. Sorry, my head is all over the place right now. I am just trying to get to, like, I've been listening to Louis on Theo Vaughn's podcast. Like, literally right now, it's right up on my computer screen. I was just listening to it before I started this. And obviously, they are way further into shit than I am. Like, Theo, that was something that was so weird. Like, Theo's talking to Louis, and Louis asks him, Louis C.K., by the way. Just wanted to clear that up. And Louis asks Theo how long he's been doing it, and Theo's like 18 years. And Louis like, "Oh, wow. Like, that's not a long time at all. Like, that's nothing. Like, you got it all ahead of you, man." Like, and I've been doing it for like 5 years, 5.5 years, and only really seriously doing it for like 3.5. And it's like, holy Christ, dude. That's like, there really is just so much time ahead of you to get good and to be better than what you are. And full disclosure, I'm not sure how funny this episode's going to be. This might just be like kind of a mental dump, but I think that's important to hear sometimes. Like, I find myself just constantly kind of beaten down by what's going on in life. And just being very judgmental and very jealous. I mean, I want to say this industry, Matt, you are past at 2 clubs and still go to open mics. You have no idea what the industry is. That's correct. But this industry, like, there's so much jealousy, and at times it can be like, it can consume me, and I don't necessarily love that idea. Because you'll just see people and you're just like, what the fuck? He got past there? Fucking what? She's opening for her? Fucking, and that kind of shit just like fills me up, because like I have this like at times like not demented, but maybe like distorted view of how fucking good I am. I mean, because that's what it is to be at some level, what it is to be a comic in a sense, or like I get on stage and try to make people laugh because I like making people laugh, but I'm trying to get something from it too. There's something fucked up in my head that makes it so that I need to do that. And I get jealous because I'm like, I am fucking way better than that person over there, and they're getting X, Y, and Z opportunities. And they've only been doing comedy for fucking 8 months, and they're getting blah, 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 because they have this and that, and wear pants, or somebody fucked them, or whatever it is. And that shit bothers me so much. But I was talking to Sam the other day, and I was just venting, just kind of dumping on it, as well as I actually took a shit on her about all of that. And she came back with something that I thought was like profound. And she was just like, why do you feel entitled to be great right now? That's a question, isn't it? Like, I I don't know. I constantly am just like, no, I'm good right now. I deserve everything right now. Give it to me. And it's like, no, man. No. Like, you're fine. Like, you've shown that you can do this. But, like, you're not nearly as good as you could be and need to be in order to get to where you want to go. You know? And so just hearing Louis tell Theo, who Theo is by every measurable fucking indicator, KPI, whatever, is alarmingly successful. Millions of followers on multiple platforms, multiple stand-up specials, can do time at any club that he wants, has incredible fans, has a very successful podcast. And he's been doing it 18 years. And Louis is just like, oh man, you're like just starting. I've been doing it for 5 years, not even. And again, like I've only been in New York since 2019. And yes, I did start in Columbus, but like I was only doing a mic at night. I wasn't getting on very many shows. You barely know what the fuck you're doing. Like there's this pressure that it's definitely external, but I also just put it on myself, I feel like, where I'm just like, you got to do it now. Like, why isn't it now? There's just a fucking pressure now. And I don't know, man. Like, that pressure can be... I think I just need to do a better job of channeling and funneling that pressure into more productive things as opposed to just, like, sitting in the corner brooding. They have that, but I don't. But I'm so much better than them. Like, that's the thought that I have, you know? Like, fucking sitting in the corner of, like, in the back of a club and, like, seeing somebody go up and be like, they fucking suck. Or maybe they're actually good, but I'm just, like, I'm blinded by my sense of entitlement. And I'm just like, what the who the fuck? Blah, you know what I mean? And sometimes that's fun. I don't know, because, well, I mean, let's be honest, there are plenty of people that are not very good that have had several opportunities that they may or may not have earned. That's going to be true fucking wherever. God damn this fucking stand, dude. It keeps rattling around. Fucking God Christ on a cracker. Matt Bowman is bothered by this fucking mic stand. That's what I'm fucking bothered by. God Christ on a Oreo. All right, that feels a little bit better. Good God. So yeah, there are definitely people that get things that they don't deserve, and that's fucking true anywhere. Anywhere. That's true of if you work at Chuck E. Cheese, if you work at apartments.com, or if you work at MySpace. There's people wherever you are. You're going to get dicked over, and people are going to get things that they absolutely do not deserve. That's just a fucking fact. That's going to happen. And I think I just need to do a better job of reconciling that and understanding that there's things that I don't know. I've probably got stuff that people think that I don't deserve. There you go. The only thing that I can do is just to keep working and to keep writing and to just keep doing it, man. I don't know. Yeah, listening to those two guys, like Louis and Theo, you just really... I was texting with my buddy, with TJ, the other day, actually today, and no, I was one of my friends, it doesn't matter, of just like... I find Louis to be, like, oddly wise for someone who publicly masturbated in front of people. You know what I mean? Like, and that's a weird thing, and whatever, man. That's not what I'm here to talk about. But, like, it is weird, and you have to kind of think about that. But, like, when you listen to him, it's just like, yeah, you've got a lot of shit that you've thought about and have gone through, and he just has such an interesting perspective on things. And same with Theo. Like, Theo's such a fucking weird guy, you know? And so it's interesting to hear both of these guys' perspectives just, like, on life, and I don't know. Yeah, it's odd. It's really odd. and interesting to listen to, because I think they each offer, like, they're very philosophical in their own way, and just have like a wealth of life experiences that they're able to draw on and use in their comedy. I don't know. I think it's very interesting. A thought just occurred to me that I didn't put my phone on airplane mode, and that's what I'm using to record this shit. And I've got to make sure that no one's called me and make sure that the recording is still going. So I'll see you in just a second. Okay, I'm back. That's going to be interesting to edit because I kind of fucked up and I'm going to have to figure that out. But such is life, and I get to learn a new skill. It might take a little longer than I thought or wanted, but why do I feel entitled to be great right now? It's a good quote, Sam. Sam crushed that one. Yeah, but it's also just like the way that they talk about things, and just like Louis was talking about like his own material, or Theo was like talking about having seen Louis the night before, and like how impressed he was by all the things that Louis was talking about and all the things that he was doing. And Louis was basically saying like, yeah, he's talking about like the types of jokes or the types of laughs that people get and that you can go for, kind of just like the, oh, that's so stupid, why would you say that? Or like the, oh man, that's crazy, why would you say that? Like that type of a thing. And one of them was just like, oh, you can't say that. And he went on to say that like all of like his biggest bits started in a place of the crowd being like, just like that, of people being like, oh, I don't like that, that's not good. And him having the resiliency to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to work really hard on this and I'm going to turn this into something. And I think that process is super interesting to be able to, I mean, that just comes with so much time, to be able to discern that like, okay, there's a nugget, there's a kernel, there's a pearl in this pile of horse shit, and I've got to pull away all the horse shit, and it's going to be really smelly and stinky to get there, but boy, once I do, it's going to be rewarding as fuck. And I think that that's something that I need to do more, and just kind of focus more on. I don't know. I think there are times where I'm still too concerned with like what people think and what people think of me. Not just my peers or like other comics, but like people in the audience, what they think of me. And I think that's still way up here because I've got unresolved shit with other things of just like, I need people to like me. I need people for whatever reason to like me and to accept me. And so like when it's not going well on stage, that fucking stinks. But you know, so having the ability to be like, okay, this isn't good. This isn't great right now. This is not what I want. I want it to be better, but this is a tough topic or a tough whatever to talk about. Okay, let's keep going. That takes a lot of like trust and like trust in yourself, as well as just like bravery in a weird sense, to just go out, and especially now where if you say the wrong thing at the wrong time, like it can be very detrimental. Which I think that's something that's so fucking annoying that I don't think people fully understand. Specifically with comedy. Like, I understand the idea of, like, when people are like, well, we got to make sure that this doesn't spiral into this, and then this doesn't get out of control, and then the far right, and then the far left, and the extremes, the polarity of the society, all of that horse shit. I kind of understand what people are saying. I understand that. Like, I don't think that fucking, like, I don't know, neo-Nazis should be allowed to say the N-word on television or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't agree with that shit. I think that that's ridiculous. But I do think that people are very short-sighted when they, like what Louis was saying, like, the best bits, the shit that is most interesting and the shit that is makes you think and provoking and just ultimately can bring people together, most of that shit starts with something that's really uncomfortable to talk about. That's like difficult to bring up. I don't know. I think that's what, and it generally these days comes from people on the left, like super liberal people that are just like, shut it down. Stop it. It's like, dude, well, you're missing out on some really good shit. You're missing out on that. And like, that's fucking dumb, you know? Like, you've got to, it's not a song. Like when you write a song as like an artist or a music or whatever, you write it, you practice it with your band, blah, 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 and then you put it out and it's finished. This is the song. Boom. And then people are like, oh, I don't like that song. And that's fair because they were like, this is done. Here it is. But like with comedy, you don't know how long it takes something to go. I can't write something in my room or on the train or somewhere. I can't write it and know that it's going to kill or know that it's going to work without testing it on real people. That's just, it's impossible. Like, you can have a hunch that this is going to go really well or that this is going to work, and that's where, like, doing reps and, like, constantly working on it comes from. But, like, you can't know. You don't know until you put it out there. So, like, the first iteration of it probably is going to stink. Or probably, like, it might get some laughs, but, like, it's not fully formed. The idea isn't fully formed. The lines aren't fully there. Like, I am by no means a fucking expert on comedy, but, like, there's shit that I wrote, like, 3 years ago that just now I'm like, oh, that's how I can flip that, or these 3 sentences fit in right here, and I can tuck that in there, and that's perfect. And it makes sense. Oh, what I really was trying to say was this, but I was saying it this way or right after this thing, and so that kind of causes confusion. You know what I mean? But if you just are like, nope, you said this, shut it down, bye, that's fucking stupid. It really is stupid. Yeah, because you're robbing people of the ability to be wrong and make mistakes and to correct those mistakes. Like, I don't know. And when it comes to, like, if it's not funny, I'll fucking know that. I'll figure it out. You know? Like, if it's consistently not working, I'll figure that out. But we have to have the ability to try to figure it out. You know? That's it. That's all I'm thinking about on that. Cool. Well, what else is going on? I am, like I said, I'm kind of just, I'm free-balling it today. Just trying to speak more, I guess, from the heart on things or random shit. Not trying to not try as hard, you know? Just really trying to be me and just trying to figure it out as I go along. That's kind of what I'm doing. My cats take the worst shits, dude. It's nauseating. It's more my one cat, Teddy. The big hunker, the honker. That's him, dude. He is onomatopoeia. This cat takes shits that would, like, clear a barn. Like, they are rancid. And my desk is over in, like, a nook, and it's like the only place where we can, like, fit the litter box that's, like, out of the way. And dude, he will go in there and just unabashedly, just unashamed, just bam, just drop a war crime in, like, he'll drop a fucking Nuremberg trial into the litter box over there, and it just, I mean, I keep 4 candles over there. And then I just, like, let them battle it out. It's just like I send the Candle Avengers to knock over this fucking shit smell. and he's like a black and white cat, so he like looks like, he looks a little menacing. And so he just like comes out and he's the bad guy and he's like bwomp 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 bwomp. That's his bad guy theme music. He came up with it. It's kind of derivative, but it's he's a cat, so he comes out like bwomp 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 bwomp. And then I'm just like, Candle Avengers, unite! Fucking Butter Pecan, Winter Fresh, fucking Summer Breeze, all at the same time, just lighting around it like I'm about to sacrifice him to the Dark Lord, his master. Bwomp, 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 bwomp. I'm doing that shit because it smells like booty holes. Like the worst shit. I don't understand. Also, how do cats not have to wipe unless they're like super sick? Like how do cats, is there just enough fiber in all of cats' food that it just comes out like little bloop, bloop, bloop? I don't understand. Ugh, it smells so bad, dude. And it lingers. That's the other thing. Is it like, oh, God, it's so... I mean, because it's just like if you took a shit on the rim of the toilet and then just left the door open. Because it's just sitting there. It's not in water. Yes, it's in, like, the litter, and that kind of takes some of it away. But, boy, it is stinky. And it's been like that since we've had him, which is going on a year now. Wowza, dude. It is rough in there. Just rough. And it's also smells also weird because it doesn't like fill up the whole house with shit smell. It's just where I have to sit and do work for 6 hours a day. Like that's what's frustrating. I mean, like, it's quite honestly at times like Chernobyl. Where it's just like, this is the epicenter, and we just got to clear the surrounding areas. If we don't do anything about it for a while, it will take over the entire world. But for now, we just need to evacuate this desk immediately next to the power plant. Like, that's generally how it goes when he takes a dump. Like, I had to light a candle just now over there. And it's the worst, obviously, when I'm just sitting there working and he does it, because then that just distracts me. But it's at least then when I'm over there, I can know that he did it. Like, I know what I'm walking into, But then, like, now I come in and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I went over there to like get this shit to set it up, and I didn't know that he had shit. And you kind of walk over there, and then you just like, because you're breathing, you're just normal breathing out of your nose, and it just. Like that. Take a fucking breath, and I about passed out. I got a fucking uppercut of day-old fancy feast in my fucking lower jaw. About knocked me on my keister. Whew, that cat stinks. That cat stinks. But he's such a good kid. He's a good kid, that one. I don't know. That's another thing that I'll do. I won't do it on here because it's got to be very annoying to listen to. But if you're ever talking to someone and you have gum, just know that you sound super condescending. Because like if you're chewing gum and we're talking, you sound like an asshole. Because I did it the other day. I was talking to my buddy. We were just at a club, and we were just talking. And he was like, hey, man, how's it going? I'm like, yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, you just sound like you're so preoccupied with the fucking wintergreen in your face that you just sound like you're like, oh, you don't mean anything to me. Whatever you're saying right now is irrelevant. That's kind of the way that I feel about it. And I might be wrong. That's how I feel. I don't know. I think I got to start being better at like saying that I'm wrong. Which is tough because I'm right about everything. I say that as a joke and like say that sarcastically, but I don't know, man. I really do. I think that's definitely something that I struggle with. Like, I really think that I'm right about everything. Like, I truly believe that. Like, I'll do dumb shit and I'll recognize some things. I guess I mean, like, my opinions on things are correct. That's kind of what I mean. Like, I'm not saying that, like, I don't think that I behave poorly or that I overreact to something. I understand that. But, like, in my head, I'm like, no, the way that I think about things and think about the world is the correct one. I truly believe that. And I don't love that idea because that's, I mean, it can at times be fun because I have, like, a hard opinion on which colored pencils to use, but, like, it's also it's absolutely got to be very annoying to be around. You know, like, I that has to be annoying to be around. But also, it's annoying to be around people that are so fucking wrong all the time. That's the thing, is nobody, like, everybody's just like, oh, you think you're always right, you narcissist, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, but think about it from my perspective. I'm surrounded by a bunch of fucking morons. You know? I don't know. I'm an idiot. I'm not, I don't know. It's a fine line. Like, I just think I know everything. And that's stupid, because I clearly don't. I clearly don't know everything. But I think that the way that I thought about it, the opinions that I formulated, my first draft of everything beats everyone else's dissertation. That's the way that I think. And I don't think that that's probably a great way forward for the next, hopefully, 60 plus years. You know? Do you know? Yeah, I think that's a very interesting thing that I do, that I think is pretty silly sometimes, you know? Pretty dumb. So I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to give more space for me to be wrong and to be more open-minded, because I'm also fucking defensive as hell. I'm super hard-headed about shit. Very stubborn. Like, I'll dig in my heels, dude. You ever had this? You ever been in an argument with somebody, and, like, about 2 minutes into it, you're like, oof, I'm pretty sure I'm wrong on this one, but daddy ain't backing down from a fight, you know? You're not gonna push me around, so you just fucking dig in, dude. You're just like, dig in! Just fucking heels. I mean, I'm burying my heels. My heels are 6 feet deep in the goddamn ground, just how much I'm digging in. Give me the shovel, dude. Give me the shovel. I'll just keep digging. I will dig into this position, because I also can't lose. I don't like losing. I don't like admitting that I'm wrong. I don't like that I don't like admitting that I'm wrong, and I don't like losing. And so if you're coming at me with good point, and I'm coming back with, like, good point, counterpoint, but in my head I'm just like, I think I might be wrong on this one. Oof, this might be wrong. I'm not going to say that. Especially not fucking right then. Are you kidding me? That's insane. I'm not going to say it right then. I mean, what would that mean? That would mean that I would actually have to, like, be reasonable and, like, have accountability for things? Fuck, get out of here, dude. I'll wait for a couple days. I'll wait a couple years if I have to admit that I'm wrong. I'll wait you out, motherfucker. I'll wait you out. Make you apologize to me, bitch. I don't know. So I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to work on understanding that I'm not always right, and that other people might have a better way of doing things than I do. Probably not. But trying to give them the opportunity to share those ideas and those things. And that's fucking tough, dude. It's tough. Woo! About lost the water. Yeah, dude, that's tough to especially when somebody's I mean, it's hard enough when like the other person is making like really good points and like has a good argument or has a good perspective on something or a different perspective than the one that I have and I hadn't thought about it that way. And it's like, it's hard enough to introduce new good information. It's really hard to listen and put up with new bad information. You know, like when someone is just talking out of their tush, just you can see the cheeks just flapping in the breeze, how much they're talking out of their ass. I mean, like, dude, like fucking they're clapping their own cheeks with how much hot air is coming out of their body. That is hard to sit there and try to be respectful of that. That's fucking difficult. To give them the space to sit there and be wrong about stuff. And, you know, and like to take it full circle, like that's what I'm demanding of society for comedians. I'm demanding that they give them the space to do that. And so I need to do that too. I need to give people the space to be wrong and be ignorant about stuff, especially when they're making their own cheeks flap with how much bullshit's coming out of it. Like, I mean, I know they ate a Big Mac, but boy, I'm seeing a lot of bullshit. I know they're a human person, but boy, are they spitting out a bunch of cow manure. You know? That's tough, dude. That's tough. Because it's really easy to be like, I'll let anybody talk that agrees with me. That's fucking easy. It's really easy to talk to somebody who likes Ohio State, but it's a lot more difficult to talk to somebody that likes Alabama, which if you do that, dude, get out of here. You know what I mean? It's very difficult to do that. It's very difficult. And I don't think anybody's very good at it. Very few people are actually good at hearing someone else's opinion that is different from theirs, digesting it, and having a respectful dialogue about it. Especially right now, dude. Because that doesn't make any money. That doesn't get any clicks. That's not funny. And I should also say that there's a complete difference between like doing, especially like comedy. There's a total difference between like making a point comedically or doing a joke or doing a bit or performing something on stage and having an actual intellectual conversation off stage. Those are two completely different things. I think Jim Jeffries said one time, he was just like, there's a difference between what I think and what I think is funny. And I think that's 100% true. Like most of the time, the funniest thing is something that you shouldn't say or something that's fucked up or stupid. You know, so we definitely need to make space for that and allow for that. But at the same time, you can't just... You've got, in the actual, like, philosophical, societal, in the conversation at large, you do have to allow for, people to say things and to do... I don't know. It's hard. Very few people are good at it. So many, I mean, especially now with everything that's like, it's so fucking polarized one way or the other. Like, that's the biggest problem that I have with the current political setup is that nobody, I don't care what team you're on, fucking Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, fucking Martian, whatever team you're on, very few people that are on a team are good at calling fouls on their own team. It's super easy to point out that the refs missed holding on the other team. It's very easy to point that out, but it's a lot harder to accept the fact that your team committed roughing the passer. Or if you did commit roughing the passer, it's very easy to be like, yeah, well, it should be completely different. That's bullshit. No, dude, it's a foul. Your team did it. Own it. And you know what? You'll actually be more respected if you do that. That's the crazy thing, is that, like, if you actually listen to opinions from other people, or if you even if you want to have a bias, even if you have, like, I'm the liberal guy, or I'm the conservative girl, whatever it is, If you have that, but you have the ability to point out the flaws in either your argument or your political affiliation or your party or whatever, if you're able to point those out and not just like sweep them under the rug or deflect to what somebody else's problems are, but if you're actually able to own your own shit or the party you identify with, if you're able to own their shit and say that, yes, that was messed up or that we should have handled that differently or blah, 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 you would be so much more respected by people. At least you'd be respected by me, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. You'd be respected by me, Matty B. That's what it's about. But no, seriously, you would be more respected by people because you're at least seen as somebody who isn't just blindly following something. Just getting information from just over here, ignoring this shit. You know what I mean? I think that would be very, very refreshing, if I'm honest. That's me opinion. So, cool. Okay, so I'm at 25 and a half now, and I did like 11 on the first one, so we're at 36. All right, I think that's about good. Especially for kind of just raw dogging it today, I just kind of, I don't know, this felt good to kind of just get out some thoughts, just put stuff out there. I mean, honestly, this is a podcast where I complain about shit, and I have people on to complain about stuff, but I do think that I'm going to try to be just a little bit more honest and a little bit more whatever with the conversations that I have, either by myself or with other people, just to try to, I don't know, yeah, just be more open, be more honest, be more myself, allow other people to be more themselves. And I think, and I'm just going to trust that the fact that I'm going to be working hard and I know that I'm giving everything that I can and being patient, man. Like, when I say be patient, like, I'm talking to myself as well as, like, anybody else. Just, like, fucking, I currently, I just got over 100, I have 173 subscribers on YouTube right now. I'm fucking amped on that. That sounds lame as fuck, but I am amped on that, dude. And I can't, like, there's the other part of me that's just like, oh, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I think I should be right now. The other part of me, there's another part of my brain that's just like, yeah, dude, we'll fucking wait till 3 years from now when that's up by a factor of 5 or 10 or whatever, and you can look back at right fucking now and being like, better shit's coming. Because if you put the work in, I mean, there's another thing that, like, there's like, well, there's so much stacked. Yes, there's fucking shit stacked against you. Of course, dude. There's shit stacked against everybody. And everybody has a different thing, and everybody has a different way to fucking motivate. But nothing is going to be handed to you. And while I'm saying this to myself as well. Like, I can kind of see my reflection in this fucking screen. But I'm saying it to myself as well as anybody that's listening, which is at this point currently less than 10 people, but I don't give a fuck. Nothing's going to be handed to you. You've got to, but if you have a goal and you have something that you want to achieve and you work really fucking hard at it and you don't stop and you don't give up and you improve, you take advice, you seek mentorship, all of that, you do all the right things, shit will work out. It might not be 100% exactly how you pictured it when you come, but it will work out to some degree. So just fucking trust the process, like the goddamn 76ers, even though they haven't made it past the Eastern Conference Finals yet. It's okay. Trust the process. Keep going. Keep pushing. Yeah. And while you keep pushing, make sure to rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Listen to us on Spotify, fucking Google Play, wherever the fuck. Please go to my YouTube channel, subscribe there, Matt Bowman Comedy. Follow me on Instagram, Matt Bowman Comedy, on Twitter at Batmowman, BATTMOWMAN. If you're in New York City, come see a show at the Grizzly Pear Midtown, or Brooklyn Comedy Club, or aka Old Man Hustle in Williamsburg. As well as just other clubs and bar shows around the city. I'm going to try to start doing some comedy outside of New York. My goal is to do 4 separate cities this year. Trying to go to Austin, Miami, Nashville, and Los Angeles. Those are the places, probably Chicago as well, so maybe 5. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to make shit happen, and you should too. So remember, folks, stay bothered, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.